Hey there. All right. I am here. Excuse me. It is Wednesday, the 8th of January, and I'm here with my weekly live video for you guys. Tonight, I am going to do a super fun fold that I found from Debbie Henderson, and I'm going to put my twist on it and show that to you guys tonight. Housekeeping. Mini catalog started, celebration catalog started. If you purchase, or the catalog didn't start, that you get your choices. $60 in products on an order get you something free from the celebration catalog. $120 gets you a stepped up item or two items. Every $60 gets you the freebies. Oh my gosh, the scrapbooking brochure started, the mini catalog started. There's 3 new kits. I put all that in my newsletter today if you got it. If you didn't get it, you can go to greenthumbstampers.com, click on my newsletter. If you're on your computer, it will be up on the right as a drop down option, or not drop down option, but a sign up option. Otherwise, you might have to click your little menu, and then you can say go to my newsletter in just a couple steps. Put your email address in, because that's where I tell you all the fun stuff that's happening. I did not announce a January class because I'm still tossed on it. So I'm thinking I'm doing a Valentine kind of thing, so I may do it toward the beginning of February, but we'll see. It's still all up here getting worked out, but there's a lot going on up here, you guys, and I just gotta close some boxes before I can open another one. That one's actually open up there, but it's just the lid's not. It's kind of going like this, open, closed, open, closed. So, and I wanted to give you guys, I might not do a complete walkthrough of the mini catalog because I'm sure that you've either got one, looked at it online, or watched another demo do it. But I did want to take a couple minutes to kind of show you some items that how they go together, and I may still do that yet. That's it for what I can think of for housekeeping right now. I did have a couple people comment last week after the video for the card, and the winners were Tony Shaw and Kathy McNeil. Got those picked today and ready to go out in the mail. That should go tomorrow, so you should get those. Well, Kathy, you should get yours in about 5 days. And Tony, I'm not sure how long the mail takes to get to you. So she's in Virginia, so we'll say halfway-ish, maybe 3 days for you. But they should go out tomorrow. Oh, hey, Debbie and Christy and Vesta. Hey, guys. Betty's on. Let me scroll back a little bit. Mom's on. Good. Thanks for joining, guys. I think we still got a little snow trickling down out there. I know I told my mom they were supposed to get a bunch of snow up north today, and she confirmed that she got a bunch of snow up there today. So I don't know when it's supposed to stop. The weather guy did say we should see some sun tomorrow around noonish, but I think it's supposed to stay cold for a little bit longer. So let me show you guys. Let me turn my camera down. I stated in my newsletter that I have not really purchased. Oh, I think I put it online too. I haven't purchased hardly anything new stamp wise since sometime in November. I did purchase some things for my Valentine's idea, but I don't really have any new stamps to show. So I dug into my pile of things that need to be justified yet. Well, actually, it's not justified for me, but sort of is, because my friend Patty knew that I wanted this rhino ready. Let me see if I can. I wanted this since it came out. This guy. And I waited and waited. He was in our first online exclusives release. Here's the dies. I don't know if and it makes this cool like African like this, it's a tree, but like on the African I want to call it safari, but that like the tree you'll see in the, anyway, I'm babbling. I'm distracted. But my friend Patty found this for me. These sold out and this was available forever. And I did not get it because I couldn't get the dies and I really wanted the dies. Patty found it, got that for me. So Patty, today I'm justifying your purchase. So let me turn around now. Let's see, remove spotlight. We just got done with dinner, and so I'm just kind of, oh, there's Patty. Hey, G. Patty and G are both on. Oh, and this is about the only stamp set and die that I got was the online exclusive hearts one, and I used that. That's why I have that in my hand, because I had it with the other die set, but I used that on this card. This, and this. So let me show you the card. Like I said, I found it, this fun fold from Debbie Henderson today. So here's the card. It's a mini slimline, and it opens up like this. This, and so it looks like this. And she used this rhino and some other papers, and I wanted to make it into a Valentine because I'm in desperate need of Valentines for my little card shop and things like that, and the place that I sell my cards. So this is what I created to show you guys tonight. Super simple. Believe it or not, it looks very complicated, but super simple. And it was just kind of fun. So I'm going to give you some, you could do this or you could do that while we go along. And let me get my little instruction note out so I know how all the sizes and stuff to tell you. So we're going to start our base in real red. Oh, and look, I'm proactive. I've already got the next card. I've got the card kit cut and ready to go for this one. So next week, let me put the arm out. This card's going to be in my way. I feel it. I'm going to have to move it more off. So we've got a full sheet of paper. We've got real red, and it's an 8 by 7 inch base. So I'm going to go 7 inches this way on the long side. And then we're going to go 8. Looks like I crumpled that corner in the bucket I brought over. So we got 8 by 7. Then we're going to score it at 3.5 on the short side. It does fit into a regular, in fact, it's a little small. I'm going to call it an A10, I think, envelope. See, that's even a little big. So you could make your very own envelope if you wanted, if you do that kind of thing, or make your card bigger, but then your dimensions are going to be different. I started to make mine bigger and realized after I saw hers that she had a video and it would have just been more straightforward for me to get this done today if I used her same size and dimensions, because she tells you what they are in the video. So we've got that folded in half now. I'm going to bring my trimmer back. Now we're going to cut up. We're going to open it up and we're going to cut up to the center. So we're going to go to 3 inches. And I'm going to cut up to the center. And then I'm going to move it to 5 inches. So we should have 2 3-inch panels and a 2-inch panel. Alrighty. I'm just going to do the center one first. The center one, we want to score it at 1 3/4. Does that sound right? One 3/4. We're going to score it, or just fold it in half if you want. That works too. Just fold it. So I'm going to fold that there. And then these two panels, these two here, we're going to go from the top up here and score down to the bottom. So I'm going to just pull one panel out and I'm going to put it in my track. Now, if you have a scoreboard, that works just as well, probably even better. So I'm going to put this in the track and I'm going to score. Then I'm going to fold that back and then I'm going to put this one in the track and we're going to score this one as well from the inside down to the bottom. I think I went straight on that. Okay. Hey, Julie. Thanks for hopping on. All right. So now we need to fold this guy, give him a good score. Then we need to fold this guy. Oh, I didn't get that one right up to the corner. Oh, we're going to leave it. And so now we are ready to decorate. This is our card. So on this side, we need a piece of designer paper at 7 3/4 by 3 1/4. And I am using, I forgot to look before I came over to see if it was still for sale, on sale, on the clearance rack. This is the Most Adored paper, and it's like gold foils on one side and print patterns on the other side. And this is the paper that I used for my card. And I may or may not have stocked up on it for my Valentine's idea. So I'm using it today. And let me get I got everything in one of the envelopes over here. So we're going to glue this down at, again, 7 3/4 by 3 1/4. So I'm going to put some glue on that. Getting some of my little pieces out of the way. And then that glues down to the inside, bottom. Like that. Now, her card, folded those the wrong way. Her card, she used white for this piece here. I did not want to use white. I wanted to jazz it up a smidge. So I'm using this golden white paper from that paper pack. So it is 3 1/4 this way by 2 3/4 this way. So it would fit on your square here. Okay. So because she used white, she could just get away with one piece. Because I have like a directional piece here. I want these to go up and down. And you know how challenged I get with saying up and down and then, so let me show you. If you're going to need two pieces if you're going to use a pattern. So let me show you. So we're going to put it in our trimmer. And I'm going to put my blade, I'm going to start my blade on the paper so that it doesn't tear it. All right, so if you only have one piece, we're going to put that one on here. And then this other piece, we need to put over here. And it's not going to fit. We would have to flip it over and put it on there. And that's not how we want to do it. So I'm going to cut a second piece. And the second piece, I need to cut from this down to here to get the directional piece to fit on that other side. So it's making sense to me tonight, finally. Seems like every time I do this, I screw it all up, but now we have a piece for the other side, but we now have two pieces left. So we could make another card because they're going to fit on the other card perfectly. So we have enough for another card. So I'm going to take that away for a second. And I got to keep an eye on my computer battery. I didn't bring the charger over because I've been feeling pretty lucky lately. So we're going to glue these two onto our front. Again, if you just want to do it with white, way easy peasy, just one piece is all you need. Okay. Feels like my glue bottle is clogging up. Oh, Julius is with us. Oh, hey. Yay. Hi, Julius. All right, so now I'm going to glue that one on like that. Then we have I cut this to be the same width. So this, it's a little bit big, but we want 2 inches by 3.5. And then I have another piece of the designer series paper that is 1 3/4 inches by 3 1/4. So we're going to glue that on. That on here. Okay, then because we scored it in half, we're going to only want to put the glue on the bottom half. And then we're going to glue this piece to the bottom half. Like so. So now we have, it's a, yes, what do we call this? An easel card? I think it's called a double easel card is what she called it. And so now we got this piece that will stand up. And then these two pieces are going to stand up like that. Okay. Next, I have a piece of gray granite. And I'm going to use Memento Black. So here's one of my, if you want to, ideas. I didn't, just for sake of time. You could stamp these guys on white and color them in. If coloring is therapeutic to you, you love it, by all means, stamp them in white and color them. Because they probably would be way cuter. And you know what, just gonna do a second one here. As long as I'm gonna have space. Because I wanted to try something. And then I used the other rhino that was standing up. I called them hippos earlier when I was talking to Reed. Hi, Kay. Thanks for hopping on. I called them hippos, and she's like, they have a horn. They're not hippos. So there. And I got my, now if you don't have the dies, they're easy enough. You can cut them out. But what I wanted to try real quick was another option that you might try. is let's squeeze our pad and get the ink into the lid. And I just want to see if I take a blender pen and pick up some of the ink from the lid, if I can kind of help give him some shadows kind of thing without actually having to use my blends for him. That makes sense. I just want to see how this kind of looks if I just did something like this. And I'm just thinking in my head where there might be a shadow, and I'm you know, I'm not doing the greatest, but looks like he's wearing a bib. But you get the idea. So you could pull out your, and that is making some, is it going to make some water? Well, I guess not. So that's all my ink. Try and drag that out a little bit. But that's an idea that you can also try, is get your little blender pens and use the ink right from your to the rhino. All right, I'm gonna stop because now I'm just farting around making a mess. All right, but you could do that. You could do something like that. That was a thought I had as I was packing up my supplies, so I thought I wanted to try it. So what I did then was go over and cut those puppies out with the die. There's a die for each rhino. And I showed you the hearts. I used that. Isn't that very pretty? Look at the little, oh, you can't see it. Can you see the detail in that die? So I used that hearts of elegance dies. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of fold this up where I'm imagining it's going to go. And I'm just going to kind of play with my rhino. I'm going to put it like that. And you know what? When I did my first one, I did not consider, I brought him down to the base. So you'll see my rhinos on here. I brought them down to the bottom. I think I want them moved up a little bit. So this one, I'm moving them up a little bit on the little totem pole here. So now I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of it. Hi, Holly and Lori. Thanks for hopping on. And we're just going to kind of, you know, visualize. It's going to pop up a little bit. We don't want it to stick up too far. It'll come, you know, it's got to fit in the envelope. So I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just gonna pop them up. We still want it to be known that that's like a heart. We're just gonna pop some glue on the back of him, stick him on there, and then put some dimensionals again. Oops, I used them all. Time to cut it. Time to cut them up. All right. There we go. So we'll stick that up there. Kind of want that to go like that. Stick it down. So now we got our two hippos on there. Then we've got this part in the center there that I cut out some of the smaller hearts that I pointed to in real red. And then I have a pretty in pink stitched, I guess it's stitched, dotted dots. Yeah, stitched And then we're going to put those on the front, and I'm going to glue these two down. We could pop them all up, but I'm not gonna. I'm going to glue these guys flat. Down here. And if you don't have the rhino, anything would work. Any of the animals that we have would work along here. The otters, the anything, you've got sheep, and what else do we have? Some goats and some penguins, and well, penguins maybe not so much, but you know, we've got a ton of animals that would fit on here. What do we got on Celebration? Some seagulls. You could put some seagulls on here. Although living on Lake Michigan pretty much my whole life, not a big fan of seagulls. Well, doesn't matter if you're by the lake anymore. They seem to find any place that there's some garbage. So swing by McDonald's or Wendy's or any of those, and you're going to find yourself some seagulls. All right, so now we have these 3 pieces done. Now we want to do our, I'm going to call them kickstands on this piece. So you can use whatever kind of punches you have, any kind of dies, if you got some circles or ovals or whatever you got. But I grabbed this guy, this double oval punch, I believe is what it's called. When I made a white heart, the stitched heart, I need 2 ovals. So if you know, you can just cut your piece wide enough to stick it through where you need it when you have a punch like this, or any of those builder punches, you can just get a piece big enough to stick into what piece you want to cut out, and that helps you reduce some waste. And I will show you another waste reduction that I did here in a second. All right, so now we got our reds and our whites, and I'm just gluing them together. You could stamp here. You do not need to cut out letters and stuff. This is completely fine if you wanted to just stamp. It popped in my mind when I said, I love that little fold. I want to make it into a Valentine. And yeah, I just didn't want to have to rummage for enough sentiments. So it came up with the 2 rhinos on each side. It was like, okay, this is you and me, and here we go. So I got my, I think it's called Playful Alphabet. Let me look real quick. Mini alphabet. It might even still be in the online, but this was my other waste reduction. So what I did, I laid this on my plate. I'll show you here, but this is not, I used my big machine, but you could do it. Oh, look, you could do it on here. So I laid it on, I'm calling it my top plate. Then I took little pieces, I cut little pieces of paper, and I laid them over each of the letters that I wanted to cut out. Then I took this guy and I squeezed it really hard, and I flipped it over real quick, and then I ran it through so that you didn't have to cut out all this and then lose all these letters. Now, if you're organized and you cut the letters and you divvy them up by the letter and put them in a little container, and you've got letters from every color under the paper spectrum, then by all means make a whole one. I didn't want all those extra letters. And you could see the white here. I taped the first ones on. You can also do that. I used my like washi tape and taped them on. They're so close that it was hard to get them taped on, but that's just an idea of what I did to save on the paper. And then just punch them out, poke them out. Should have my pokey tool. And I cut out you. And then there's an ampersand on the another one of the dies. There's all the international symbols and stuff. So I cut out a ampersand as well. And I'm just going to glue these on. So this one, I said you. It depends. If you want to be first, you could put me and you. I put you and me. And probably technically it's you and I, but I wanted it a little bit bigger, more. Fill it up a little more. You. Oh yeah, the donkey would be real cute. And you know, you might want to make sure you got them spaced good on here. I did not. So now we've got you. I got the white with the ampersand. And then I did the me. Here, ouch, I just jammed that under my fingernail. And all right. So now I've got you and me. And then let's find our dimensionals again real quick. We are going to pop those up because that's the purpose of them being, I'm going to call them the kickstand. That's going to hold the easel piece up and out of the way. And it, you know, the recipient, it could be a little bit much for him to get the card in the mail and say, huh, what is this doing? So I'm going to put the U here. And you just want it so that this is going to stop it. So when it's closed, if they realize to open it, it'll be a kickstander there like that. Then I'm going to put a dimensional on the back of the and. And this one I wanted to stick up a little bit more, a little bit further back. So kind of forced it to. And then the pressure that I had on it from being back, it pushes up against it and kind of makes that heart stand up. And I kind of like that. So we're doing that again. I'm going to put a third one on this. So then we're going to kind of give him the same backness, I hope. Or, oops, I probably should have angled him. Oh, I got him pushed down too hard. All right, we're going to leave it like that. You and me. So if I started last week with thinking that I was going to start giving away a kit for the card that I'm making. We'll see if I continue to remember. But if you want the kit for my card that I've already got done there, comment hippo today because, but don't wait, do it till we sign off so that I can find all the hippos at the end. Sweet conversations. I wanted a long happy Valentine's Day. In red. Let's see if we get this straight because I just randomly stuck it on there. It's not even on there straight. Okay. All right. So I use real red with the happy Valentine's Day. And we're going to cut this off. And then I thought that it kind of looked a little barren over here after I made it without the just being white on there, but I don't want it to stick out, too much. I don't want it to be too prevalent on the front. I just want it to kind of blend in. So I'm just putting a little tiny border on it. And see, I don't know if I like it on red or not, but we'll glue it on there on the red. But I did not, the first time I thought, it needs to be out. The white just looked like it was there all by itself, but we'll put that in the center like that. And then I also had an afterthought of some gems. So thinking I got these Regal foiled adhesive dots, and I'm just going to put a couple of them around. And maybe a couple down here on the bottom, just, to give it some extra something. I don't know. You could put probably 10 of them down there and have it look however you wanted. So there we go, guys. That's it. That is my card for today. Let me go back. That is today's card, and I appreciate you watching. If you have any questions about anything with the celebration or the freebies or how you get something, let me know. If you're interested in signing up to join any team or hopefully my team, but if you just want to join Stampin' Up and you don't care where you're at, or if you have questions, I don't care where you land, give me a shout and I will help you with any of the questions that you may have. And I also did see today yesterday on the updates that they do have a new mentorship program for new demonstrators. So there's always that you can lean on for advice. Well, after you join, but again, the join special, there's 2 of them this time. You can get 2 sets of ink or markers and this exclusive stamp set, plus $125 worth of products for $99, or you can get $155 in products for $99. So either way, lots of stuff that you could pick from. And again, give me a shout if you have any questions. Message me, email me, whatever. You know where I'm at. So you guys have a great week. I will be back again next week. Take care.